And our referee, none other than the best in the business, Big John McCarthy.
Heavyweight championship. Are you ready? Are you ready? Let's get it on!
Here we go. Heavyweight title fight. Couture and Rizzo. A second chance for Pedro Rizzo to try to reign supreme in the heavyweight division. He eats a left quickly from Randy Couture. Couture, the Greco-Roman wrestler, wants to clinch, wants to close the quarters and get away from the hands and the feet and the knees of Pedro Rizzo.
He doesn't want to get caught coming in on a rush either, so it'll be interesting to see how cerebral he'll be with setups.
And he's good setups, because he just cannot take the damage from Pedro. Pedro punches way too hard and kicks way too hard.
The one thing Pedro knows he must do here tonight is initiate, as he was unable to do that in his title fight against Kevin Randleman, and he went down to defeat that night. Ironically, it was Randleman recently defeated by Couture when Couture won the belt again.
Well, Couture's really good at this clinch game.
He's great at the clinch game, and he's trying to get him against the fence and give Pedro credit. He knows that's the tactic, and he keeps circling to the center.
It'll be interesting to see who starts striking out of this position first. Oh,
Pedro
there it
did.
is.
Greco-Roman wrestling all the way to the Greek Olympics.
Goes
Great
back
history of combat, and you want to talk about a throwback. That is Randy Couture, but he has new toys to go with his throwback skills.
Yeah, when they're binding like that and they start to chase one another, watch for a knee to come up awful quick too.
And sharp technique there by Couture to knee Rizzo right in the thigh. Just short, sharp. Those are the little shots that 20 minutes in, you really plague you.
Watch a knee, 2 hands on the head here. Watch for a knee.
Again, 5 minute rounds scheduled here in this title fight. Some uppercuts. The one thing I asked Randy Couture about were the knees of Pedro Rizzo when he had his opponent in the clinch, and he said, I've not seen Pedro use the knees as much as one would anticipate he could and would. So he is concerned, but he has yet to see Pedro be truly effective with the knees in close quarters.
I really think that's how Pedro's going to solve this riddle.
Right.
Of the clinch, is to come up with that knee and break them hands open for fear that Couture will take more shot.
There's the knee.
Nice knee.
There's the
Good.
knee.
That softened him. I tell you, them knees, especially when you're coming forward, really take you.
Jammed into the fence by Randy Couture. And now he's trying for some ground and pound in the half guard of Pedro Rizzo, but using the leverage of having his opponent against the fencing. If Couture gets that full mount, it is dangerous.
Dangerous.
And he's good in there. He's got good balance so he can keep his punching stance.
He's overwhelming right now. Pedro trying to get him into the guard. He has done so. And now he closes it.
Couture with that shoulder punch.
They're using shoulders.
Who taught him all this stuff?
I think he taught himself most of it, buddy.
The sport keeps evolving,
It sure
Frank.
does. That's very impressive to see a technique like that come out.
Up to the feet it comes, back down with a big hammer from the natural Randy Couture. Rizzo in front of his own corner and his mentor Marco Ruas. The last Brazilian champion that we have seen in the UFC back in '95.
Good
Couture with the forearms.
Really working Pedro Rizzo. And he's opened Pedro Rizzo.
He's cut.
Cut on the nose.
And
Looks like he's cut on his head as well as the bridge of that nose.
And that's been one knock against Pedro Rizzo, is he seems to cut.
Oh, he's got a deep cut on his head. It's coming down. Oh,
Couture overwhelming. He has it into his world right now.
Everything's short.
And still 60 seconds remains in round one. Couture's trying to finish him. McCarthy's right in there, making sure Rizzo can intelligently defend himself. Rizzo taking tons of punishment here. Couture with rights and more rights. And he finishes another one. Combinations on Rizzo. Rizzo trying to work through this flurry of punches by Randy Couture. Left, left, and another left.
He does need to do something.
He's got to do something offensive. They're going to pull this fight from him. He's got to get his legs in there, kick him back. He's got to get space.
McCarthy's right there, making sure that the fighter's safety is of the utmost concern and importance to the mixed martial arts world.
It's like they're both taking a breather now.
He did. He wiped his face. He had time to breathe.
Taking a little breather, looking at the situation.
Well, you got to, how much energy is Couture losing here by punching? He's obviously scoring.
But he's also doing damage.
Big time damage, guys. Big time damage.
Oh,
and he finishes with the big one. Wow, what great heart shown by Pedro Rizzo. Wow. Second round set to begin. Online scoring at UFC.tv. Be part interactively of this heavyweight title fight here tonight. Mike Goldberg, Jeff Blatnick, Frank Shamrock.
Did I see 22 under Pedro Rizzo? 78-22. Pedro, it's hard to believe he could have won that round.
I got faith in him.
Now that's his fans, and he certainly deserves great fans. He's a terrific. Oh, what a leg!
Power and he got him good.
He got him, hurt him.
Got him big time, right in the ribs, because Randy tried to shoot right back up from the mat and couldn't do so.
Oh, yeah.
The suddenness of a world-class striker, the most dangerous striker in the heavyweight division, felt right there by the champion Randy Couture.
And you've got to wonder here, why is Rizzo starting to slow down? Why isn't he trying to use this position? He hurt Couture, but he's not following up.
Pedro Rizzo, a young man who cried in the shower for hours at age 18 when he first suffered defeat in that fight world. And now he's back on his feet, trying to win for his country, trying to win for his hero, Marco Ruas. And man, did he withstand some punishment in round number 1. Round number 2 just underway.
I'll tell you, that was one effective kick. It seems to have changed Randy Couture's attitude there totally.
Oh, it did. And that'd take a lot out of you, have all your weight on that leg, doing some sort of forward movement. Oh,
there's the kick. So far, second round, Pedro's game. Uppercut, combination, and Couture is stunned. Pedro with the left. Now his confidence skyrocketing. Just missed with that one. Combinations again have Couture frustrated. Is tonight payback to Marco Ruas for bringing in a young man who had not enough money to pay for his lessons.
Now Rizzo, we've seen this a couple times tonight where first round's totally opposite of the second. Couture stayed down there an awful long time. Whoa.
Combination again. And there it is, like the Shoney Carter fight we saw earlier tonight. The one shot that Rizzo got in to begin the second round gets between the ears of Randy Couture, gets into his mind and makes him hesitate on his game a bit. And that kick is not his game.
No,
I think Randy,
you saw how sloppy that was.
I wonder if Randy punched himself out in the first round, because it seems now he doesn't have anything left. He's breathing through an open mouth.
He does, and his attempts at that double or that single show that he's not working that clinch game anymore, which is his real strength.
We thought tonight, beginning of the night, could be top to bottom the best card ever and the best set of fights in UFC history. The turns of fate and the twists of momentum have been astonishing this evening.
Yes.
That's just an example of how this sport is. Anybody, anytime, with any move can finish any fight.
That's why there's so much respect, Frank, between the competitors.
Oh, that was a big kick. That was a fight-changing kick right there. That was a huge kick.
Couture with the left and another combination. He's in trouble now. He's in big trouble now. If Rizzo connects, it could end here with still 1 minute and 35 seconds remaining.
Oh, the jab.
Couture has heart, but it seems that Rizzo's now in his world.
It's not looking good right here.
Rizzo, he must initiate. He must finish.
He's got to finish.
There's the left, the combination,
Couture's
and another
tired.
kick.
Couture is tired.
A decade of difference in age to the 37-year-old Randy Couture, the 27-year-old Pedro Rizzo.
Look at the marks.
Oh, high kick. A high kick.
Right, look at the nose.
The nose is bleeding now.
His nose immediately bleeding.
Couture, can he close the gap? Does he have enough energy to shoot again, Jeff? To clinch again?
This is where age is going to hurt Randy Couture. He doesn't have the ability to recover as quick as a 20-year-old.
Ruas and the Rizzo corner are telling Pedro, stand up, stand up. Well, Pedro wants to catch his breath in this position, though, also.
Pedro's got this fight won.
There's a kick. There's a kick. It went towards the head.
And it's
so
a down
McCarthy
fighter.
comes in. A down fighter, you can kick his body, but not his head. And so that gives a mini break to Randy Couture.
Couture's all bloodied up there.
It just seems he's lost the snap in his legs.
There's an
He's
uppercut.
lost it. There's the knee. Here comes the knee.
Another uppercut by Couture, but Rizzo
You saw Couture look over at the clock.
able to move
tired.
away.
They're both tired.
No damage done there.